Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and today I want to review this wig for you, which is called Affair Deluxe or Affair High by Ellen Wille in the color Sandy Blonde Rooted. But the cap is really well done and the special features are also very well done. I'm pretty sure she isn't a good fit for everyone, but why that is, you will get to know in a little bit. Now, like I said, she has all the bells and whistles you can wish for, but no matter how they feel when you unbox it, I can tell you with this length, this baby here is gonna tangle a knot pretty soon. So this style here isn't brand new, but it's brand new to me. At least it just arrived at my doorstep, so to speak. And since some of you have commented if I can show the wig straight out of the box without any styling, I thought for a change I would do that and show her to you straight away. Now I can't tell you something about how she wears, but since I know a lot of wigs, I probably will be able to tell you how she is going to wear. She's called Affair Deluxe, or up until recently she was called Affair High by Ellen Wille. It's the same style, I'm pretty sure. They just changed the name, I suppose, to highlight the special cap features that she has, because she has all the bells and whistles. But I'm pretty sure she isn't a good fit for everyone, but why that is, you will get to know in a little bit. I was looking for something new for the winter in a mid-length and a warmer blonde, and this is what I got. Now, the color is not 100% what I love, but you know, I wanted something warmer and I got it, and I'm going to keep it. I think it's a nice color, but it's a very warm blonde and it looks pretty yellow in these lights in here. It does look a little different outside in the natural daylight, and of course I'm going to show you that as well. And of course we're going to talk about the color at the end of the video as always. Now, she's nothing too special. She's just, you know, a longer style, longer than mid-length, but not really long, somewhere in between. But other than that, you know, she's just straight, has a couple of layers, has a lower density, and looks very modern and maybe a little elegant, but also casual, in my opinion. So you can wear this to anything, and of course you can style it. You can also wear it in an updo if you prefer, or even curl it if you don't like it straight any longer. Now, like I said, she has all the bells and whistles you can wish for. She has an extended lace front, a full mono top, and she is almost fully hand-tied with just a couple of wefts back in the nape for stability reasons. But the cap is really well done and the special features are also very well done. And as always, I'm going to show them to you from up close. So the lace front is done really well, in my opinion. It has the perfect density. You can't really see through. It doesn't look like alopecia like on so many other wigs, also by Ellen Wille. It is extended into the ear tabs to approximately here, so quite far. And also the part here on the monotop looks really great. I think it has the perfect density. You can see through to my scalp, but it's not overly sparse as on other styles I recently showed. And I love that, you know, the density here in front looks natural and not too light. The only thing I'm not so fond of are the knots. You can really see the knots, which is due to the dark color of the root. But I think you can also do this better. I'm not sure. Maybe it's also the fibers. Now, she does have some highlights here at the hairline, but for my taste, it could have even more highlights, because the more highlights you have, the less visible are the knots, because with the light, the platinum or very light blonde fibers, you don't see the knots and they disguise the other darker knots behind. But the good thing is, as you hopefully can see, that the lace front is not one straight line. it's a little zigzag. Here you can see they didn't knot a full line. They left out some spaces in between, and I think this makes it look much more natural. So all in all, I'm really happy with the special features. And one thing I noticed are the ear tabs are extremely thin. This is when I tucked her behind my ear. You can probably see it tucks really well. You know, it's not bulky. It's not that your ear is being bent down, because it does have such a high density. And also the ear tab is extremely thin. I don't know how they did it. It's also, I think, felt covered. I'm going to show you the cap in a minute. But this is something that I really noticed when I put her on, that they feel very thin, and they are super flat. And when you tuck one side behind your ear, it looks very natural. All right, now let me show her to you from all sides. And after that, like I said, also outside in natural daylight.
Left my umbrella in aisle 9, right by the cereal, leaning on the cart like it was mine. Supermarket.
So, how do you like Affair? Is she on your wish list? Do you already have her? Do you love her? Please let me know in the comments below. Now, when it comes to fit, there's the thing I was talking about that might be a problem for some of you, because hand-tied caps usually run a little smaller than wefted caps, but there's always the exception to the rule. Recently I had one by Raquel Welch, which was really big for a hand-tied cap. Now this here, I must say, feels like the smallest hand-tied cap I ever put on my head. I mean, my head is an petite average size. You can find my measurements down in the description box. My circumference is average, but some of the other measurements are rather petite, and this one here fits like a glove. But when I put her on, I immediately noticed that this one is really snug. So if you have a little larger head, I'm pretty sure this won't fit you properly, because it's not that stretchy like wefted caps. And you better make sure that you can return it if you order it online, or go to a wig salon to try her on before you buy, because it might not fit you. And as always, let's have a look at the cap from the inside. So here's the cap from the inside. Here you can see the lace front that is extended all the way into the ear tab, and very much into the ear tab. As you can see, the ear tab is really small. Then here's the typical seam between the lace front and the mono top, which is pretty big here. Then she has felt covered ear tabs with the metal stays inside that are really thin. I hope you can see this here. And the rest of the cap, this whole part here is all hand tied with just a couple of wefts in the back. Then she has a standard nape that is not extended, and adjustable straps with Velcro. And as you can see, they are maxed out, even for me, because it really runs small. So all in all, this is a very well made, high quality cap. Now the fibers are Ellen Wille's heat defiant or heat-friendly fibers. Like I said, I haven't worn her, but I know all those heat-defined fibers. And some are fabulous, some are terrible. I've had both from Ellen Wille before, so these feel okay out of the box. They don't feel super smooth, but no matter how they feel when you unbox it, I can tell you with this length, this baby here is gonna tangle a knot pretty soon. But the good thing is, with the heat-defined fibers, with the right maintenance and treatment, you can always get this to look and feel good again. You just have to make sure to detangle after every wear, and better also during every wear. You should always have a wide tooth comb handy and go through these fibers from time to time to detangle so it doesn't mat up over the day, and then maybe apply some detangler when you detangle. And what always helps is washing and conditioning afterwards, which is very important. So you can either use a spray leave-in conditioner or one where you can bathe this in. that makes the fibers silky and smooth again. And the good thing is, with the heat-defying fibers, you can of course use your heat tools to mend the ends and make them feel and look like new again. And especially on those straight styles, this is perfect. You won't disturb any wave or curl pattern. Of course, she has a slight wave, but you can always get this back with your round brush or a curling iron or so. Or you just straighten it if you prefer that look. So I, of course, only wear and prefer the heat-defying fibers. Now when it comes to density, this one has a low density, or rather low to medium density. I'm always careful when I talk about density because what's low to me might already be higher to someone else. And it's the perfect density in my opinion, especially here on top. It's perfect, it looks super natural, but it's definitely not a high density, and I don't feel any permatease at all. Maybe here at the crown area it feels a little bit, but it can't be because it's hand-tied. And on the sides, I can't feel any permatease either. So I would say this one has no permatease at all. And like I said, a light to medium density. All right, now let's have a look at that color outside in natural daylight.
Fluorescent sun, fake summer sky, kids begging for candy. I told myself I'd circle back. You know I never did. I lost my umbrella at the grocery store. Weather on sale.
Now the color is called Sandy Blonde Rooted, and in this case it has the color code 262216. And Ellen Wille describes the color as a light golden blonde, light neutral blonde, and medium blonde blend with dark roots. And if we have a short look at the color codes, the 26 is a golden blonde, which is very obvious. The 22 is a champagne blonde, which I think is the highlight color they used for the highlights here in front and here around the face. And the 16 is a honey blonde, so golden blonde with honey blonde mix gives this really warm color, which looks a little yellowish in this light. So probably not everyone's favorite color, but I still like it. Okay, that was my review of Affair Deluxe. I hope you liked it and it's helpful. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos. And there's a new one coming almost every Friday. Now, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you're well, stay that way, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. I suppose just in order to hand-tied cabs usually run a little smaller than at just here. Now, if you like this style, you might also like this one here, and maybe also this one here, or you just watch them both.